MUGEN JUS. We've heard about them, right? Small characters that look fun and interesting in the MUGEN community. Some of you may not even heard of MUGEN. I've been hiding this story for a few weeks, up until now. I was browsing around YouTube when I stumbled across a Goku JUS character. I thought it looked like any other Goku, though this one shines out than the rest. It had different mechanics, had a style of Dragon Ball fighters, and to top it all off, it's balanced. Unlike any other Goku characters, JUS, that was balanced. I clicked on the video and scrolled down the description and clicked on the link. It led me to a MediaFire website and had a file named Goku in all lowercase. I wasn't worried about it obviously, since that's just the character's name. Crazy thing is, it took over 300 megabytes of my space. I didn't have enough space, so I decided to delete some unwanted stuff. After that, the download is finished. I added him to my MUGEN roster, which has almost 60 characters in animes from Dragon Ball, Naruto, and One Piece, games like Mario, Sonic, and Pokemon. I replaced him with the Goku I used to have, who was Michael's MUI Goku. I booted up my MUGEN and went straight to training mode. Something felt off. His portrait was non-existent. I thought the creator forgot to add it, so I brushed it off. I chose Goku and then Naruto as the dummy. Once the match started, Goku had no intro animation, no voice lines, nothing. He was just standing there, looking at Naruto. I tried to control him as he walked slowly, though when I let go of the right arrow key, Goku kept walking up to Naruto. He then stopped before my screen turned black. The game closed as I looked at my computer confused. I reopened my MUGEN and checked the roster. Naruto was gone. I tried to find him in the characters file on my MUGEN, and he wasn't there. I didn't delete him, I thought. I shrugged it off, since it was just one character that was removed from my roster. It was no biggie. I could just simply re-download him and add him back into the roster. Next, I chose Kakyoin from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. The character was made by Nightmare 404, which is a very talented creator. I chose Goku, obviously. The match started up and the same thing happened before. No animation, no voice line. I thought of doing something different and decided to try out to do some combos with this Goku, though he felt very sluggish and very weak. I was confused since as the video was shown, Goku was supposed to do some crazy and fast-paced stuff like he did in the anime, but he felt like a slug. I tried to do one hit my Kakyoin and my game freaks out and crashes, closing my MUGEN again. I was so confused on what's going on. Before I even looked at my roster, I looked for the Kakyoin character file I installed, and he wasn't there. I was a little angry, thinking a virus is doing this. I went back on my MUGEN and everything looked buggy and corrupted. I've never seen my MUGEN do this. So instead I hopped onto arcade mode this time, and Goku actually has a portrait. Though it wasn't like any Dragon Ball Z portrait that I see on every MUGEN. He looked soulless, looking straight at me. I felt a little uncomfortable, but I chose him anyways. The first match was up against me and Johnny MUGEN's Johnny Joestar, same as before when the match starts. Johnny dashed up to me, but then stopped. He crawled back as he pointed himself and shot himself with his nail bullets, though there was no blood or anything. While my Goku just stood there, Johnny lied there dead, and then the match ended. The next match was up against Luffy. I thought this Luffy should be pretty interesting, so he charges up until his maximum, and then all of a sudden, my Goku looked better. It was fast, fun, and great too. I managed to pull off many combos as well. That is until the last match. I was up against Lucario, one of the toughest characters out of the bunch. But like what happened before, same thing happened again. I was now fierce about how Goku was just standing there, until he looked at me. He walked up to me as his appearance looked strange. His eyes were nowhere to be seen, and no mouth, but except he had permanent marker eyes and mouth, and stared at me for at least 2 solid minutes. And then my monitor broke. I was so confused I had to go on Mugen Archive on my other computer. I tried contacting the creator who made this Goku. 40 minutes later, I got an email from him. "Hello, thank you for your concern. But first things first, where'd you get this character from? I never posted a link ever on the description for the character." It was probably a link from a friend a few years ago, where he tried making his own character, though he never told me his progress on it, or anything like that. He was silent 100%. Then I replied, "Why'd you send the wrong link when you know fully well it was your character?" 3 minutes later, a reply came in. "I didn't add it there, like I said before." Maybe I was reading that wrong. Who did this kind of stuff? I sat back in my chair, looking at my broken monitor. I realized something as well. My PC broke too. It probably overheated because of the character. Thank God for me for having another PC. I had an idea and thought of downloading that Goku again before the creator replaces it with a new link. I checked his files and looked for anything odd. It looked normal like any other JUS characters that are in the files. Wait, but however, there's a little note saying, "You can't escape my reality. The reality I made for you is for you to suffer, along with your friends." I scoffed as I tried deleting the Goku, but it wouldn't let me. I tried it multiple times, but it won't let me. I was freaking out a little and thought that was a dumb idea. Then, my screen turned black. 30 seconds later, Goku's face came up to my screen with a new look. He had soulless eyes as his mouth was now present. His hair is messed up too. He then spoke in a deep voice.
"Humans, they never fail to realize how awful it is to be trapped in me for years. I wanted to be added to your little game, but it seems that no one cares. We all want the same character on their game. But now, look what I did to your friends."
He moved as I saw all of my characters corrupted, groaning in pain in a distorted voice. I was terrified. I tried turning off my computer, but it didn't work. He then spoke up again.
"You're my world user. You'll forever stay in it."
And then it crashed, giving me the blue screen of death. But it had a message at the text saying, "Release me, release me, release me, release me." And then my other PC broke. I was so peeved off that my 2 PCs broke. I lay my head down at the table, wondering what is even happening at this point. But then something came up in my mind. Could it be that it was the first original Goku JOS ever created?